The film begins in 1903. At that time, there was a ship filled with people eager to move to Shanghai, the capital city, to change their lives. They know Shanghai is tough, where only the strong survive and the weak return empty-handed. In the scene, there's a girl about to eat sweet potatoes because that's all they had as food back then. As she's about to take a bite, a man tries to steal her sweet potato. Out of nowhere, another guy, Ma Yangjin, who is a famous movie star, also heading to Shanghai to change his destiny, comes to the rescue. He confronts the thug and fights him off. But things don't end there, as more thugs team up against Ma. Getting ready to throw a punch with his right hand, Ma suddenly recalls his mother's words about his hand having an incredible strength level of 15. His mother had even given him a special bracelet and heirloom from his grandfather to remind him of her whenever he feels emotional. Despite being tempted to hit back, he holds back his fists to avoid trouble. Then, once Ma and his friends arrived in Shanghai, they were thrilled because they had never seen such tall buildings before. But then, accidentally, Ma bumped into a woman who was collecting money for her show. She got really mad and scolded him. Later, they found a flat, a special place for newcomers like them. The flat was owned by Master Ta, a kind friend of Jackie Chan. Master T was so caring that he provided a place to stay and dinner even when the tenants didn't have a job. To Ma's surprise, the woman he had bumped into earlier turned out to be Master T's daughter, Ta Mei. Because of their not-so-nice first meeting, Ta Mei always treated Ma with a grumpy face. While they were having dinner, Ma's friend Niu suggested they check out the beauty of Shanghai at night. During their outing, Niu told Ma about the 4 leaders from the Axe Brotherhood who ruled the city. They are Hao, Jie, Xiaojun, and Chunho. But things got interesting when a young man named Long Qi came to town. He had incredible martial arts skills and managed to claim half of the Axe Brotherhood's territory for himself. Long Qi was famous for defeating anyone who dared to challenge him in 10 moves. Then, as evening fell, Ma, Niu, and their friends were having a chat when they were startled by a commotion from a nearby nightclub. They saw someone being thrown down from a height, and sadly, the person didn't survive. Curious about what happened, Ma and his friend decided to investigate. There, they discovered that it was Long Qi challenging a member of the Axe Brotherhood called Chunho for ownership of the nightclub. Long Qi wanted to take over the spot, and if he won the bet, it would be his. Soon after, a fight broke out between them. Then, there was another member of the Axe Brotherhood named Jie, but he didn't dare to intervene because he knew how skilled Long Qi was. Even though he saw Chunho dying right before his eyes, he remained silent. Meanwhile, at the Axe Brotherhood's headquarters, Hao, Jie, and Xiaojun were discussing Chunho's defeat. They were surprised that Long Qi, despite only practicing for a short time, easily defeated Chunho, who had been training in spiritual arts for 20 years. The 3 of them were worried and started planning how to avoid a similar fate as Chunho's. The next day, Niu asked Ma to come along and apply for a job at a tea company. At that time, Niu spoke to his supervisor and told him that Ma was no ordinary guy because he had the strength of 4 grown men combined. Hearing that, the supervisor got curious and challenged Ma to an arm wrestling match to prove it. There, Ma easily defeated all the employees in the arm wrestling challenge. Then, the manager of the tea company stepped up and made a deal with Ma. If he could last 3 minutes in a match with the manager, they would hire Ma and his friends. Even though the manager tried to cheat, Ma still managed to win the challenge. As a result, Ma and his friends got the job. They went home feeling incredibly happy and excited about their new opportunity. Later at night, while Ma was getting ready to sleep in the flat, his friend called him urgently. His friend revealed something shocking, that the tea company's warehouse actually contained drugs like opium. Then, the friend suggested that Ma could get rich quickly by becoming a dealer. But Ma, afraid of the consequences, firmly declined the forbidden offer and asked his friend to return the drugs to where they belonged. During dinner, Ta Mei approached Ma to apologize. She had misunderstood men, thinking they were all the same. But now she realized that Ma was different. Turns out he had not only been hired, but also helped their unemployed friends in the flat, making things easier for Master TA. As dinner ended, the manager unexpectedly arrived at the flat, seeking the culprit who had stolen his opium. He threatened violence if no one confessed. In a desperate move, he even tried to harm a little girl. Luckily, Master T stepped in to protect her and gave the manager a good lesson for his cowardly actions. The manager left without causing any more trouble. On the other hand, because he was feeling furious about the manager's willingness to harm a little girl over those illegal goods, Ma decided to confront him at the warehouse and returned the opium. However, the manager didn't care, saying even if he killed everyone in the flat, it wouldn't compare to the value of a single packet of opium. This made Ma realize how little the manager valued the lives of poor people. So Ma took matters into his own hands and dealt with the manager and his gang. Recognizing that the opium was a dangerous illegal substance that could harm the country, Ma reported everything to the police, hoping they would confiscate it. Later, a man named Mr. Shinji from Japan appeared, asking for the goods to be returned. The police commander warned Ma that he should be prepared for whatever consequences might follow, as the Japanese wouldn't just let him go. After leaving the police station, Ma noticed something strange, that the opium hadn't been destroyed or crushed as it should have been. Curious, he decided to follow the opium truck. Meanwhile, Long Chi and his gang also wanted to get their hands on the opium. Unable to agree, Long Chi challenged Ma to a bet. If Ma could survive until Long Chi finished smoking his cigarettes, he would become the owner of the illicit opium. During the intense fight, Ma suddenly stopped attacking and told Long Chi that he didn't want to continue because he could seriously hurt him. Hearing that, Long Chi laughed at Ma's words, and being a good sport, he decided to hand over the truck with the opium to Ma. Then Ma borrowed a lighter from Long Chi and headed to the back of the truck. To Long Chi's surprise, Ma didn't light up a cigarette as expected. Instead, he set fire to the truck, causing it to explode, destroying the millions of dollars worth of opium. This left Long Chi amused and amazed. Before leaving with his men, Long Chi gave Ma a message, telling him to reach out if he ever needed help. Back at the tea warehouse, Ma had been fired for reporting the illegal business to the police. During lunch at the flat, he felt down since he was unemployed again. But his friends comforted him, deciding to quit their jobs together and suggesting that Ma meet Long Chi for potential help. In the evening, Ma bumped into Long Chi at the nightclub. But instead of a friendly chat, Long Chi unexpectedly punched Ma and challenged him to another fight. However, Ma didn't want to fight. He explained that he actually came to ask Long Chi for a job for himself and 5 of his friends. There he told Long Chi that he was willing to do anything except getting involved in his fights. He asked for a daily salary of 8 cents, but Long Chi, being kind and generous, offered him 10 times that amount, which was $2 per day. But the surprises didn't end there. Long Chi declared to everyone present that Ma was now his true friend. The local newspapers even covered the news about their newfound friendship, spreading the story all over Shanghai. Next, the scene shifts to Ma working at Long Chi's restaurant. Meanwhile, Ma's friends from the flat also applied for jobs, and Long Chi happily accepted them. During one of Ma's food deliveries, Long Chi invited him to a wrestling match in the middle of the road. After their playful match, they shared some drinks and Long Chi opened up about his mission. He was determined to defeat the Axe Brotherhood gang, which had only 3 members left. His goal was to protect China from falling under Japan's control. Long Chi believed that if the Axe Brotherhood gained power, they would sell out China to the Japanese. So he fought and took down all of them, with the sole concern of preventing the Chinese people from becoming slaves to the Japanese. After hearing this, Ma decided to fully support Long Chi in his mission. Feeling a bit tipsy from the drinks with Long Chi, Ma returned to the flat and humped Ta Mei, even though she playfully hit him. To Ma, it felt like a punch from an angel, and he was so happy that he started singing. At that time, Master Ta saw this and smiled, showing his approval of Ma and Ta Mei together. Soon after, Mei left a letter for Ta Mei, suggesting they meet by the lake. Then, they went on a date and enjoyed each other's company. On the other side of things, Long Chi had a meeting with a Japanese leader named Hashimoto Hiroichi. At that time, Hiroichi offered Long Chi a chance to collaborate in a business venture that would benefit them both. However, Long Chi knew how the Japanese had colonized places before, so he turned down the offer. Since Long Chi refused to cooperate, Hiroichi went to the three leaders of the Axe Brotherhood and proposed a plan to kill him together. At that time, Hiroichi promised that if they succeeded, he would share some of his opium business with them. Furthermore, the territory Long Chi ruled would be handed over to the Axe Brotherhood, just like it was before. Hearing that, the three leaders of the Axe Brotherhood liked the idea and planned to assassinate Long Chi using poison hidden in a writing pen. Their first move was to convince Ma and Master Ta, both skilled in martial arts and former members of the Axe fraternity, to join forces with them. Then, after meeting with his former gang, Master Ta assured them that he and Ma wouldn't interfere in their affairs. He made it clear that Mei wouldn't help Long Chi because he was going to be Master T's future son-in-law. At that time, Master T also mentioned that Mei would leave Shanghai the next morning. Meanwhile, at Long Chi's club, as he was about to sign the right to confiscate corruptors' assets, he was suddenly attacked. Someone stabbed his finger with a poisoned needle, and another person threw flour in his eyes, blinding him. However, due to the poison and his impaired vision, he ended up getting injured in the legs and back from sword thrusts. On the other hand, Ma had a feeling that his best friend Long Chi was in serious danger. Then he rushed to the club and found Long Chi severely wounded. Determined to help, Ma did everything he could to save Long Chi. On the other side, at the Axe Brotherhood's headquarters, Hao, Xiaojun, and Jie ordered their men to attack Master T's flat and kill everyone there. They were angry because they heard that Mei had helped Long Chi. Shortly after, the Japanese group arrived at Master T's residence and immediately started attacking everyone inside. It was known that Master Ta and his men were skilled in Kung Fu, but Ho Yin used a dangerous weapon called Raisin Shuriken, causing Master Ta to protect Ta Mei and get seriously injured. Unfortunately, Ho Yin took advantage of the situation and killed Master Ta. After that, Ta Mei was taken hostage to lure Ma. On the other hand, Long Chi, despite being in pain from the wounds and poison, knew he didn't have much time left. To protect Ma, he closed the iron door to keep him safe. At that time, Long Chi didn't want his true friend to die in vain for helping him, so he decided to fight the gangsters alone. There, Ma desperately tried to open the metal door, calling out Long Chi's name. Sadly, Long Chi's condition was getting worse, and then Hiroichi arrived. Even in his final moments, Long Chi managed to smile at Ma. Then, he expressed his wish to remain true friends with Ma in his next life. Tragically, Hiroichi beheaded Long Chi. After a long fight, Ma finally managed to get out of the iron door and return to the flat, only to find it completely destroyed. Everyone in the flat had been killed. Before his passing, Master Ta left a message for Ma, urging him to save Ta Mei, who had been taken hostage by the Axe Brotherhood and Japan. The next morning, filled with revenge and anger, Ma went straight to the headquarters of the Axe Brotherhood with the intention of ending their lives. There, he defeated all the children of the Axe Brotherhood and Japan who stood in his way. Soon after, Hao appeared, attacking Ma with his big sword. Meanwhile, Ma, driven by his emotions and not thinking of his mother's advice, threw a powerful right fist, which broke Hao's bone and killed him. After taking down Hao, Jie and Xiaojun showed up together, ready to attack Ma. But Ma, consumed by his thirst for revenge, used his right fist again, defeating both Jie and Xiaojun. Later, Ho Yin approached Ma, and Ma asked him if he was responsible for the chaos in the flat. There, Ho Yin admitted it with a smile. Then, when Ho Yin tried to attack with a death kick, Ma used his right fist again, causing Ho Yin's leg get hurt. Soon after, Ma found himself facing the Katana gang. Of course, Ma being who he is, he defeated them all. Just when he thought Ho Yin was dead, Ho Yin suddenly attacked him with a raisin shuriken. Thankfully, Ta Mei came to Ma's rescue, and together they managed to outsmart Ho Yin. Then, Ma delivered a powerful blow, and Ho Yin was defeated. Next, Ma confronted his last enemy, Hiroichi, who was waiting upstairs. At that time, Hiroichi tried to persuade Ma to cooperate, but Ma firmly told him to leave China immediately. Ignoring Ma's warning, Hiroichi drew his sword and attacked. In the heat of the moment, Ma got possessed by a spirit and accidentally got stabbed by Hiroichi's sword, but this gave him the opportunity to unleash his ultimate move, the Aldous Stack 500 Fist. And that's how the film ends. The moral lesson from this film is if you're a kung fu master with a right fist of ultimate power, don't forget your mom's advice, or you might accidentally defeat all the bad guys, but also accidentally get yourself stabbed by a sword. Stay focused, folks.